Are you ready to meet the people I'm currently working with? That's much better. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please give a warm welcome to the Nerd HQ stage, Zachary Levi, Jack Coleman, Gatlin Green, Robbie K, Ryan Guzman, Danika, Yarosh, Henry Zabrowski, Kihlstedt, Judith, Shekoni, Tim Kring. If you've run out of space, keep coming down this way. Jimmy Jean-Louis and Greg Grunberg. I don't know. Switch seats. Keep it going for these guys. I need a hero. Apologies to our guys in the back who are doing all the video, because all the lower thirds that you'll see when somebody's face pops up, you're probably gonna have another name under their face. Anyway, hi everybody, hi. Tim Kring has recently joined Twitter, so you might be tweeted as he tweets out this video. I've explained to everyone what the deal is. They understand that it's all about you guys. It's all about the fan questions. So you guys ready to kick those off? Fantastic.
Give them up.
That's the first hand I saw down there. I'm gonna pick you.
Hi guys.
Hi.
What's up?
Sorry, I have con sickness. So, how do you guys feel? Oh crap.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
Breathe.
I feel great.
Yeah,
I'm a little tired.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
It's been a long day. It's been a good day though.
It's
right?
been a great
Was,
day.
was anybody at the Hall H?
Jigs.
The Hall H panel? Nice. You're double dipping. Oh, great. The seating is fine, I've been told. Fantastic. We all ended up in the appropriate place, guys. Well done.
Synchronized.
Miracle. How do we feel about what?
Okay, thank you. Us hero fans have been waiting and waiting for the story to continue. How do you feel the weight? Is the weight heavy on your shoulders, baby?
Absolutely, it's crushing.
Of your weight?
Yes.
Tim, I feel like you would be the best person to answer that question.
Tim.
Weight on my shoulders is unbearable. Unbearable.
Is there an expectation that you feel?
Yeah,
How's
but,
that feel?
thankfully, making the show is really hard to do, and there's a million brush fires to put out every single day, and so it kind of forces you to just think about the work instead of, and not to get too philosophical here, but
Get philosophical.
I think it's important that we invest in the process of making the show and not the result, because the result is out of our control. We can't do anything about that, but we can invest in the process, and that's by putting our love and our passion and our blood and sweat and tears into it, and that we can control. And then what happens after that? That weight I'm trying not to have on my shoulders, although
That's up
I'm
to
kind of
you.
lying.
Dun, 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 dun.
When do I get to see your blood, Tim?
Whoa.
Well, he said blood, sweat, and tears, and I've seen his sweat and his tears. I just want to see some blood.
I saw him bleed the other night. It was intense. It was really intense. He did that wrestling thing where he slashed his
Kind of a
forehead
bleeder.
just to show
That
effort.
didn't happen. That did not happen.
I think, by the way, the expectation is a lot different than when we first started. Because when we first started, it was like the bar was really set for these types of shows, right? And now, I saw the trailer for some of the new shows. Zach, I'm sure you've seen them. They look amazing. I mean, The Flash and these things, they're incredible. So, like, how do we, and hopefully Tim has done this, but raise the bar from there? That's really, I think, our job. My job is just to come in here and make it funny. But your job, Tim, is to make it all work. And that's tough, but...
Yeah, no, and we all know how much things have changed in television, and we're competing with shows that are, I don't know if anybody, I'm sure you did, watch the last few episodes of Game of Thrones. We're now seeing what can be done on a so-called television budget every week, and it's daunting for those of us who don't have that budget, but it's great for the fans, obviously.
Let's go with you right there in the back. Yeah, you pointing at your head. Oh,
Damn.
your question
That
was
was
so good
intense.
you didn't ask and there was a mic drop. That's crazy.
Well, I am so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay, here's my question. One of my favorite episodes of Heroes, and probably a lot of people's, is of course 5 Years Gone, and this is taking place 5 years later. So, how can we expect any callbacks to that particular episode, like Evil Parkman, any of that stuff?
Thankfully, we stopped that future from happening. So that we never.
Some of us.
We That's our escape hatch of that question, because the truth is we did stop that future, so that future never happened. This is a different future, and so, but there are some definite, the world is not a great place 5 years later, and so that part is definitely still there. The idea that people with powers are persecuted and hunted and all that. So that part is definitely the same.
I'll go right there. You with wearing that fantastic Nerd HQ tank top. Where'd you get that?
Ooh, nice.
I wonder. I saw Yvonne wearing it last year, and I had to buy it.
Solid
that-
choice.
I want one. Can I have one?
Oh, we'll get you one.
Okay, cool.
Oh, don't worry about it.
It's really
I know a guy.
You know a guy? I know a guy. Anyway.
Okay, first of all, love you guys, love Heroes. I'm excited, so excited that it's back. I was so sad to see it go, and I'm just so excited it's back. My question is, basically, we see Heroes, a lot of shows like Heroes that, leave before their time, before there's still a fan base. We love you guys. How did you guys come back? What really made this happen? Because I'm happy. Yeah.
Henry?
Oh, I did many a blood ritual. Yeah, that's what I did. It's magic, pure black magic.
I will answer that, and then we'll move on to other people answering questions. But listen, the audience was here. The audience was there for this show, and when we the year that we were canceled, we were also the #1 most downloaded show in the world. We were the #1, I think at the time, most streamed show in the world. We had sold lots and lots and lots of DVDs and were time shifted on DVR. And so the audience was watching, they just weren't watching in this traditional way. Well, now the networks can actually calculate those and count those people. And I think they realized that there was this very big fan base out there who would, our audience was the first ones to migrate from, onto multiple platforms to get their content. And so, knowing that this giant fan base was there, they decided that they could tap into that again.
Are you happy that they did tap into that, guys? Are you happy that they did? Let's go right here. Oh, we're gonna get you a mic so fast you won't even know what happened.
They're like the Wimbledon runners that get the
They are!
the balls.
Totally.
That's pretty cool.
And occasionally they have to bounce one to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great.
Heroes Season 1 to me was the greatest series of a TV show that I have ever seen. So I'm very excited it's back. And I'm curious for the veterans, can you compare for us the original Heroes versus now? What your feeling is just to be back on set, what it's like?
I mean, I'll just start by saying, it was an incredibly special time. Okay, there was a discovery going on for everybody, for the writers, for the audience, and for the characters. We were all discovering our powers, and how did we do that? For me personally, my character is a cop, so I was using my, abilities, my human abilities, to just try and investigate just how this happened to me. It was just such a magic that whole first year, right? And then I think we were really hitting a stride when we didn't go away. That's the thing. We didn't get canceled. The story didn't wrap, and I think that's a real positive thing now because, and you can tell me, Tim, if that was helpful. Ultimately, look, now that we're all, we're back, but looking at it and going, okay, well, I didn't wrap it up, and now I have to unwrap it up. I mean, we did that on Felicity. It was like, what the hell are we doing? And then we had to come back because the other show wasn't doing well. So this is kind of like picking up where we left off. We just took a little break, and now we're back, which is so cool creatively, right?
No, and to be honest, but just back to the idea of what it was like to see these guys play their characters again. It was literally like seeing them put on this comfortable sort of pair of shoes, maybe suit. I don't know, pair of glasses,
Pajamas.
and it was just amazing to see those. 5 years just disappeared when Greg came back and he and Jack did scene together. It was literally like time had just gone away and we were right back, you know? It was,
I'll you know what's really interesting for me is that I feel like the sort of the bridge between the old and the new, because I'm there every day with the new guys, and so these are my castmates, and then there's still the old show, and Jimmy shows up, and Greg shows up, and Chris Rose shows up, and Sendel shows up, and Mossy shows up, and it's like it really is like, oh, it's like this sort of old rep company that is going on the road and doing a show that they all know so well. Everybody has like a moment. It's really funny to watch about 15 minutes where the gears grind, where you're, like Greg described, his boys say, what was that face you made when you were trying to read people's
Oh my God, this
And he
is
makes the
crazy.
face.
Just real quick, right before, so I'm about to go up to Toronto to shoot, right? And my kids were having dinner, and they're like, have you thought about it? You got to make that face again. And I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, the face, the reading the mind face. And I was like, oh, I haven't even thought about it. And they were like, do it. No, do it. So we, do it. We're at Islands, at some restaurant or something, right? So I go, like that, right? And all of my kids, my 3 boys, they all go, no, that's... Nope. So I realized, I got to get back in hero shape,
Jimmy, did it feel like putting on some old comfy pajamas?
Well, I'm not paid to talk a lot, just to erase people's memories.
Fair answer. Okay.
okay, alrighty then.
I'll tell you, for a guy who's not paid to talk a lot, he talks a lot. I've spent a good amount of time with him. He's no blushing violet, let me tell you.
Let's go.
He does not wear pajamas, so he couldn't answer that question.
He doesn't wear pajamas.
I know that
I
person.
screwed that up. Let's go right here.
Hi. So it's been a long time since.
Does everybody here have no voice?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's just lives have been destroyed by Comic-Con.
It's been
a long week.
Thank you. Obviously, it's been a long time since Heroes has been on, and I'm sure we're all very excited for it to come back. Can you? I know there hasn't really been a trailer that we've seen unless you've been in Hall H, which a lot of us haven't, I don't think.
I could show it to you right now.
On Twitter now?
We can take 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's
It's on
online.
Twitter now.
Oh, I've been in line. So.
Hook it up to the
You
monitor.
can watch it now.
Well, I just want to know if there could be like a little tidbit of info on your characters that you're really excited for, or something that you really, want to share with us, so that we can go in knowing, or anything about your character really that we should know.
Yeah, I feel like we've pretty much gotten this down pat. We've been doing this pretty well. So why don't we start right here with Rhea? Why don't we just gonna go down the line, and we'll come, and then we'll come
Sparrow's
around the
superhero
corner,
name.
and then we'll come back this way.
No superhero names.
God's sake. For the love of God.
Why don't you tell everybody your superhero
I want to
name,
do it
Rhea?
again.
No.
You know
Quietly
I'm so
take the mic away
tempted.
from her.
For the love of God.
Okay.
That's a story for another time. Rhea, go.
All right, I play Erica Kravid, a CEO, high-powered exec, single woman, teenage daughter, all-knowing, all-powerful.
Judith.
Boom. I play Joanne Collins. I am married to Luke Collins, who's played by this gentleman here. Yes.
Cousin of Phil Collins, I believe, are you not?
Yeah, he's our son, or our dad. I'm a vigilante, or we are vigilantes, and we're seeking retribution for something that happened to us. We lost our son, and we think we know who's to blame.
Solid.
That was really
So good.
Jimmy, we know who you are.
I am
Henry.
One, the Haitian sensation.
That's sweeping the nation.
I'm sorry, I thought you don't talk a lot. Henry.
Hi, hello. I play Quentin Frady, who is a conspiracy theorist who discovers some information that leads him to Noah Bennett's life and pulls him from out of the game back into the game.
Now wait. Before you can catch up right now on Quentin's character by going to the digital prequel,
Dark Matters.
You can do it on. You can get it on your Heroes app.
Heroes
Follows me and my sister, and you basically see me from a dude who sits on a couch playing video games to becoming a raving lunatic.
Solid entertainment, guys.
It's also my real life.
real life.
Not Barbara.
Or as Henry calls it, Tuesday.
Danika.
I play Melina, and Melina is this bold, ethereal, kind of mysterious girl. She grew up kind of differently, whereas where most people with abilities kind of hid it, Melina, she embraced it. You know, she grew up being told that she's destined for greatness, so she spends all of her time training and learning how to be the best she could be.
And
Kick-ass
awesome.
Matt Parkman. I mean, thanks to Tim, I do come back, not quite 5 years gone, but pretty kick-ass. And when they need to call in the heavy artillery, yours truly shows up. So thank you, Tim.
It's a very useful power to be able to read somebody's mind. I mean, come on, if you're a villain, you could use a guy who could read people's minds.
Wait a second.
No?
What?
Are
You're a
you?
good guy.
Hey, Jimmy Jean, wipe it, wipe it, buddy.
You're
Wipe
a good
it.
guy.
Moving on.
And if you're a good guy-
Moving on. Ryan.
I can't really say too much about my character, but what I can say is my name is Carlos Gutierrez in the show, and I play an Army vet with a troublesome past who is presented a opportunity to change his life, either for the better or the worse, but in a big way.
Boom. Robbie.
I play Tommy, just a typical high school teenager, just wants to live a normal life, but it's very difficult.
Without a British accent.
Sorry?
Without a British.
Without a British accent.
That's his big secret.
It's revealed later on that he is actually English. No.
You actually fly in on like a magical umbrella, right? Like,
Yeah,
like a thing?
yeah, just
With a
like I'm Mary
bag.
Poppins' grandson.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Jiminy,
We're related.
Jiminy.
It's great. Yeah, so he's on the road all the time because he needs to keep his power a secret. He doesn't want to be persecuted by the government or the world because of what everyone now knows is that Evos do exist. So that's tough for him.
Evo, by the way, that is a new word.
Evo, put it in the.
We never needed a name to identify people because they weren't out in the public, so the public didn't need a name. But now the public needs to have a name for these people, and so they're called Evos, which stands for evolved, or short for evolved humans.
Which was either Evo or turd burglars, and I think it's a good choice.
Yeah, turd burglars just sound like people who steal poop.
Exactly.
Right? And that was confusing.
Which
The
is
network,
very.
no.
It's like, what is the messaging here exactly? Gatlin.
Okay, so I play Emily, who befriends Tommy at school, and she is just the girl next door type who is trying to also figure out her way through high school and changes and trying to fit in. But then, like I said, she runs into Tommy, and that kind of shakes up her world a little bit because he, is dealing with figuring out that he has some major powers. And so she comes alongside him and helps him along through everything, and they go through some crazy stuff.
She helps me out.
I'm his friend.
Jack, anything you want to say about
HRG stands for horn-rimmed glasses.
Wait, really?
That's what.
I had to explain that to
the mic, but
to a castmate recently.
But we were having lunch a few weeks ago, and you were saying, and then HRG horn rim glass. You just made some reference, and then I was like, whoa, wait a minute. We've been shooting for 2 months, by the way. I didn't figure it out.
That says more about you, dude,
Yeah, I
than
know.
anything else.
You shouldn't be
Even
sharing
worse,
that story,
I
Robbie.
really pay
just now,
attention,
so.
clearly.
I have a question. Who's Luke? Come on, tell us.
So
Who's
Luke Collins, Luke Collins is married to Joanne Collins, and as Judy kind of already pointed out, we lose our son. We're a pretty normal prior to this thing that happens. We're a normal, loving couple, and we have a son, and we lose our son in an incident that is considered a terrorist attack that is blamed on Evos, and it just sends us off the rails, and we kind of take it upon ourselves to do what we think is right in the world, which is to rid the world of Evos, and that's part vengeance and also part what we believe is due diligence.
And a little bit of bloodlust.
And a lot of bit of bloodlust. But
And there may or may not be redemption at the other end.
Yeah, and, murder takes a toll on one's soul. In case you didn't know that.
Don't do it.
Kids don't do this.
So that's that kind of journey. So I hope that answered your question. I feel like that was pretty thorough. We got to run the horn on that one.
That was
That's
awesome.
a lot of character bio. Yeah.
We did. How about, yeah.
By the way, I'm just gonna a spoiler here. Back to HRG. The sad truth is that they are actually not horn rimmed glasses technically, and I didn't realize that until
Horn-rimmed glasses are like mini Pearl or somebody?
yeah,
Is there
a
anybody
prop-
in the recent generation?
A prop guy explained that they weren't really horn. I was so disappointed.
Before he lost his job. Those aren't what's going. Guys, come back. Okay.
Next question. Let's go. I saw that hand first, over on the very left there. Let's get her a microphone.
Hi guys, thanks for being here. Probably I'm the only one here in the room who watched just a few episodes of the original show. But before I ask my question, I would like to say to Zach, thank you for doing all the stuff here the whole 4 days. I had an incredible time. It's my first at Nerd HQ. Came all the way from Germany here, and it was just awesome. I just found out 1.5 years ago about Nerd HQ during Chuck. I watched with a friend in 3 weeks the whole show and learned about you and Nerd HQ. So thank you for doing this here. I had, like I said, an incredible time.
It's my pleasure. Thank you guys so much for coming.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And like I said, I didn't watch Heroes before, so my question is for Zach. Chuck related, if it's okay.
Oh, go for it. Yeah, come on.
I'm wondering, I'm not a native speaker, so but I watched it in English, and I had always were kind of fun to see all the references for Europe and Germany and so on during the time. And I'm wondering how, if you know how it came that there were so many references for Europe and so on. And the second part, maybe do you know something in German, a quote, a word, a phrase, or?
Do you? Would you like to marry me?
Ich bin ein Berliner.
That means
Beginner.
I am a donut. Eddie Izzard fans, anybody?
Ich bin eine Kruller.
It means I am a donut. Just really quickly, and you can nod or shake your head. So you were asking first why were there so many references to Europe in Chuck? I think that was just because you can't have a spy show without going to Europe. I mean, every great spy movie or show goes to Europe. Plus, it's a magical backdrop. There's so many cities that are involved, and Hollywood happens to have a lot of backlots that provide those things. So that's probably the European connection. And as far as German, I would say two things: Ich liebe dich, and Du wirst heiß. That means she's hot. That's what that. At least that's what my
Said it
German
like a
exchange
question.
student friend told me.
It's like she's hot?
Yeah, and Danke. Yeah, thank you. Next question. I'm gonna go right back there. I think that's Sandrine. Sandrine, you're super fast. By the way, how many volunteers are in the audience right now? Only one. That's a lie. There's so many other ones. Oh, no, I mean like sitting in here. I know you guys are standing over there. Anyway, Sandrine, go ahead.
So in the show, you guys all deal with a very similar situation in very different ways. I'm going to use that to preface my non-relevant question to make it relevant to Heroes so that you can all answer.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. So I love dealing or like learning about relationships and the way people relate to each other, and particularly love languages. So I'm curious if you guys all know what your love language is, or if you're not familiar what the 5 love languages are. How you like for people to spoil you or show you that they love you.
I am all into those like personality tests and stuff. So love languages are like the bomb for me. For me, I am totally all about like quality time and getting to hang out with people and getting to know people. And then gifts are cool.
I ain't gonna say no to a gift.
And hugs. I love hugs. I love warm hugs. That's Frozen. Anyway. So yeah, those are my love languages.
I think she's the only one that knows what.
I don't. Yeah, I was about to say like Italian. I love the language of Italian. It's very romantic.
Yeah, French is beautiful.
There's physical touch.
Language of
There's
love.
quality time.
Gift giving.
Gifts. Words of affirmation.
Service.
And acts of service. Ooh, that's one of them too. I like people doing.
I mean, they're all
for
good.
me.
Yeah,
I need like a combo.
You like them all.
The 5.
Yeah, I'll do all of them. They're great.
Anything? Anybody? Anybody have anything jump to mind with that?
Oh, physical
I like
touch
the touching.
and
That's
hitting.
about it.
I feel like we're all really into like just hugs. We all just walk around on set and we're all like hugging.
Literally, Rhea grabs people
all the time.
Like all day long. Like hard grabs. She's got strong hands.
I'm grabby, apparently, I'm learning on this show.
By the way, we all grab you, though. That's what...
I think I have a pliable body.
You do.
Yeah.
We all...
You got a pinata thing that we just can't stop.
It's all this. I'm like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but if he was a hipster Santa. I'm just all of that wrapped.
But in my
Henry,
defense,
hipster
I
So-
feel like, in my defense, there's kind of nothing greater than, contact.
I'm with you.
Everybody
I'm with
feels,
you.
Judy's soft.
But I guess the ultimate answer to your question is that our love language is Henry. That is ultimately
Yes.
that's what our love
Henri.
Absolutely. Very huggable.
Hébert.
I love it. And I love it.
And we love you.
I really appreciate all the touch.
Let's go to the next one. There's a hand already raised in the back corner there, so I'm going to go with you.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Long-time watcher of Nerd HQ online, and this is my first time attending the panel, so I'm super excited.
Yeah!
And my question is, when Heroes first came out, there really wasn't any other show like it on air. It was kind of like the beginning of seeing like a lot of genre shows on television. And now that you guys are coming back, that seems to be like almost 50% of the television landscape. So do you think that influenced the show coming back? And how are you guys working to kind of make your show stand out from whatever else is on television that's superhero related, sci-fi related?
Mr. Kring?
Well, yeah, and then other people can weigh in. But, the show has always been and always was about the characters. And I made no secret of the fact that I did not come into this show as a big genre guy. I had not done a lot of genre stuff before this. And so I approached it with the idea that it was about characters dealing with the idea of discovering something was happening to them. And so the powers became less important to me than how the people reacted to them. And I still think that's what sets it apart from a lot of the other genre shows that lean a little too heavily, or that lean more heavily into the idea of powers. So, but you're right. Listen, we only uncovered something that was actually already there when Heroes came out. The mainstream audience, the networks, I don't think had really realized it, but the mainstream audience had actually become, or the genre audience had actually become the mainstream audience. And Heroes just revealed this truth that there was this giant audience out there for something. If you could, and in some ways Heroes bridged it a little bit because it was about the characters and it wasn't all just special effects all the time. That's always been the secret weapon of the show, I think, is that it's about the characters.
I think the timing is incredible because I think NBC is really smart. You look at what Disney's doing with Star Wars. You look at what they've done with Marvel and DC. You are the Stan Lee of all of these characters. I mean, you've created all these great characters that hopefully could spin off and have their own show one day.
Exactly.
Like I always said when you. No, I'm not suggesting.
I feel like I just had a thought plan.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
Inception.
Are you thinking a cop show, maybe? A cop show?
I'm just saying. No, but I when you went in to pitch this show, can you imagine, like, you were like, it's a cop who can read minds, and there was some guy in the lobby waiting to pitch a show about a cop who could read minds, and he was gone. It's about a cheerleader who can heal. It's like, shit. It's like all these people that wanted to, and you have it all on one show. It's so cool. NBC's really smart to bring it back and then hopefully, explore all these characters. It's so much fun that way.
And you're right, these other, listen, Marvel, Disney has Marvel and Warner Brothers has DC, and this could very much, be this idea of a universe. It's why we're trying to put out content in games and books and comic books and all of that to create a whole universe that people can live inside with under the Heroes brand.
Who's got this gentleman right here on the aisle in the red shirt?
All right, yes. Well, Heroes inspired me because I was watching Heroes, and the first episode, I was like, bam! It was amazing, and it just hit me.
That's how
It
I
inspired me. And I was just wondering, since you guys inspired me, I just wondered what inspired you to get into acting?
Why don't we start, Guzman? Why don't we start right there?
You know what? I never wanted to be an actor while I was growing up. It kind of just presented itself to me as I was doing mixed martial arts for a long time and trying to make my way, hopefully trying to get into UFC. Came out to LA and I started doing commercials, and then I got really invested in acting, and it was just something to express myself in a different way, and I fell in love with that, finding more about myself through playing different characters than I could ever do just on my own. So acting has been a venue and a release for me, and I hope to be continuing to do it to 20, 30 years plus.
Yeah, I had a pretty similar situation. Not being an MMA fighter because I was 9.
No, you look the type. You look the type.
He was.
Yeah.
What's the term? It's a nanoweight.
I was in the nanoweight championships. Yeah. No, I spent 5 days on a film set, just a relatively small part. And I figured out it was like the best 5 days of my life, and I really enjoyed, what was going on. So I decided after having a little bit of an experience, a little bit of a taste for it, to pursue it. So I kind of just fell into it. But along the way, I developed an intense interest in it. I just wanted to keep going and keep doing more of what I did. So I'm really, really happy to be here now.
Okay, so for me, it actually started with my mom. She was a singer in a group called Sierra back in the day, and we were doing a family photo shoot, and the photographer was like, your kids are really, really good. You should get them an agent. And so we went to the agency, and they were like, do you want to do acting as well as modeling? And we were like, yeah. I was like 4. And then...
I love that you knew so well.
Yeah, of course I want to do that.
I'm 4.
I love
I have
Barney.
4 scripts to actually pitch you right now. One is about how I want juice.
But anyway, then we had decided... we decided when I was about 6, my brother and I, we would go back and forth with my parents to LA for about 10 years, and then we moved here in July, and acting's been going awesome. So it's been a long time going.
And you're so young.
I'm a baby. This is awesome.
Jack, what was your...
I was in the play when John Wilkes Booth killed Abraham Lincoln. and I'm going to tell you, it was traumatizing, but it was also galvanizing in a strange way. Yeah, I started acting a long time ago, doing a lot of theater, and I don't know. I was always interested. I was a basketball player and an actor in high school and college, and it was a very strange combination because all my teammates in basketball just thought I was, lying on every single possession. He's faking. That's not a charge. He's faking. He's an actor. It's bullshit. So yeah, I've done it really my whole life, and started doing it in New York on theater, and then was brought out to California to soap operas and all kinds of stuff.
I was a spazzy little. I was just a spazzy kid who. Lots have. Wow, I can't even talk right now.
Whoa.
Collect
a
your
lot
thoughts,
has
man.
changed, is what I was gonna say. I was just a spazzy kid who liked to make people laugh.
Throw a hat.
Who liked to throw a hat? Who doesn't like to throw a hat? I just like making people laugh, and I was the middle boy between 2 sisters, and basically raised with a giant group of women. I was just washed in estrogen, and like family outings were like going to JCPenney and like finding the circular clothing racks while they were all shopping. I'm making a little fort and pretending like aliens are attacking me, because that's entertainment. And I would do that. I would entertain myself, and then I loved cartoons, and I loved video games, and I would do voices, and I was a constant entertainer of myself. But through that, I found that I really liked entertaining other people, and you could get this really fun response out of them, and you could also, be seen and be recognized, and you could give them a smile, and you could give them happiness. And I guess as a middle child, you're always trying to find like, hey, I'm here, I exist, like, hi. But that led into realizing kind of early on, like, I actually really enjoy entertaining. I like that whole idea of making someone laugh. I can't even tell you how many Urkel impressions I did when I was a kid. Like, it was nonstop. I had an Urkel lunchbox.
Did you do
It was like
that?
one of my,
Did
oh
I
my,
do that?
Do one right now.
Cheese. Yeah.
this is not Dance Monkey Dance time, guys.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Go, go.
I can't even remember what I did. What was I? You got any cheese? Wasn't that what it was like? I don't know. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, the fuck is the point? The point is, so then I would just do that all the time, and I like entertaining my friends and people. And then it was like this light bulb moment when I was like, oh my God, like there's a whole thing that you can do where you entertain people, and it's called acting, and you get to do it on a stage, and like there's an audience. I was like, oh wow, this is fantastic. And that was about 2 years ago. And I was a kid, and I grew up doing a lot of theater. And then when you find out you can actually, like as a profession, you can get paid for it. And I was like, man, I would love, if I could do that for the rest of my life, God willing, I'd love to do that. And then now look at us. We're all sitting here together. So that's pretty awesome. Rhea, what was your inspiration?
Oh my God. I danced for years, and then it was clear that I was not going to be a ballerina. And then I did some theater in high school, but it was just fun. It was just they were my people. I felt comfortable. We were all kind of nerdy, weird, strange. And I went to college, and my freshman year of college, it was either going to be the art department or the theater department. And I took an acting class my freshman year with this teacher, Phil Sultanoff. He was unbelievable. And I kind of went, oh, it's not just, like I understood it in a whole different way than college. And he sent me off to the Williamstown Theater Festival that summer, and I was an apprentice, which essentially means you are slave labor. And you pay them. You pay them, you build sets, you are crew, you do. And I fell madly in love. I loved everything about theater. And that's it. I mean, I've tried and worked and played and tried. I mean, I have to say, I'm finally getting good at it, maybe. Some days I think so.
Judy.
I'm really into psychology and the human mind and human potential and stuff like that. So it's great to be on this show. I sort of feel that acting is like psychology in action, where you figure out what a character thinks, and then you use the instrument of your body to figure out how to then express that. So it's I really enjoy doing it from that perspective, which is my deep answer, so I look kind of intelligent and stuff. And then the other answer is pure greed, because I just want to do everything, and it's the only way I can have loads and loads of careers in one lifetime.
Yeah.
Solid. Jimmy?
Well, I'm Haitian, so it's just a way out for me.
Honesty bomb, bro. Honesty bomb.
I mean, no, really. As a kid, I didn't have any TV, any running water at home until I was like 12 or something. So I had nothing, and I knew nothing about Hollywood, movies, TV shows, or anything like that. I'm just hustling.
Still are.
That's the most legit reason.
Henry?
I was just a fat, bullied kid who discovered that if you're funny, you make friends. And that's just what I keep doing since then. That's really it. I wanted to be in the FBI as a kid because I love serial killers. Well, I'm interested in serial killers. And I wanted to do that. And then I had a guidance counselor in high school when I was 15 and went to high school. And he's like, you should just do a drama. We have a seat open in drama. You should do it. And that was it. I have no other skills.
That's what happened.
But he's very touchable.
Yes.
None of us
Very.
do.
Yes.
You are a love language. We discovered this. Danika.
Well, when I was 5, they were shooting a movie in my hometown called Stepford Wives. And my mom was one of the Stepford wives in it. And so they needed some kid extras, so she brought me and my siblings along, and I absolutely loved it. And I asked my mom if I could do it, and she said no. So I kept on asking, and she finally allowed me to take a class when I was 7, and I loved it, and I've been doing this ever since. Woo!
Mr. Grunberg?
Well, I was a bodybuilder and a ballerina. and it was just natural progression. No, my friends growing up, my really good friends now are hugely successful, and when we were 9, 10, 11, and 12, whatever, all of their little movies I starred in. I was the sucker who like woke up in the morning, like there's little versions of me. It's J.J. Abrams, if you don't know, and Matt Reeves, and all these guys. I grew up with them, and I was the actor in all their films. So you look at JJ's little movies when he was 9, and it's a 9-year-old version of me. I wake up, I go into the bathroom, and I get stabbed in the back, and blood is. And JJ was actually holding the camera, and the knife, and the blood, all at the same time. And my dad, like I remember we all went out. Our family was really close. I've known the guy since we were 4. I had no choice. I was the actor that they put in everything, right? And my dad, when we went to McDonald's or something, my dad pushed a napkin over and said, JJ, can you sign that? That's 10% of whatever you make for the rest of your life. My dad knew right back then it wasn't a binding contract. However, but I knew that I loved it. And I knew that like what you were saying, not to get too deep, but it's great to get a reaction from people. But there's something that I find that's a huge benefit after all these years. I just had a birthday yesterday. I still play. I still play late 30s. However, no, but I've been around for a long time. I've done a lot. Jack and I, and Zach, you're young, but you get to cross paths with people and then you see them again. Honestly, this is such a family. And like, I do a lot of charity stuff. I call Zach, bam. There's no question. He supports me, I support him, Jack, everybody. We all do. And that's just an incredibly valuable thing to be able to turn this gift that we get from someone like Tim and NBC into some good. And it's awesome. I mean, it's really awesome. So I'm happy to be doing what I'm doing.
I would just like to quote Laurence Olivier, who was asked once, why do you act? And why did you become an actor? And he said, look at me, look at me, look at me. So at a certain point, it comes down to that.
Speak for yourself, Jack. Jeez Louise.
Jesus Christ, Jack.
Look at what Zach. A selfish
Look
son
at
of a
Zach.
bitch.
Look at Zach.
I got into it because I help the kids laugh.
They're laughing at you as they're running away.
That's the idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna go right here. Can you pass? Would you mind passing that down? Thank you. Teamwork. It's a great.
Hi. For those of us who have not seen the original series, would you recommend watching it before Heroes begin? I mean, Heroes Reborn. Sorry.
So it's available, and you can find it.
Netflix.
And we have this great app that you should all be downloading, and that's how you do it. That's a great way to do it. You can also find it in a million different ways. But yes, I would suggest for anybody who hasn't seen that the first season is a good way to start because it sets up the whole premise of the mythology, and then I jump to the end and see how it ends. Look,
you know what?
I have to tell you, no, if you watch actually the first and last episodes of every volume, then you'll get, okay, that's where it started, that's where it ended. But my point was, because it didn't come out like I wanted it to.
What's this talking
about? It came out exactly as it
Wait,
did.
Tim,
I have a question. Tim, who wrote the first and the last?
Yeah, I wonder how.
Were those? That was Tim Kring, I think.
Yeah,
interesting.
I meant to watch the end because it's so important to where we go in Heroes Reborn. It sets up the premise of the entire series, is the last episode of the series.
I also want to say something about the app. It's unbelievable. It really is.
Did
It's
an
not
amazing job on this.
Yeah, it's a free app. It's got all the content you need. You want to follow a character, you just hit that character, and it just gives you these great scenes, and it tells you what's going on. That's the way to do it. We're the #1 most downloaded show. Well, illegally downloaded show.
Exactly.
Okay,
Illegally.
not legally. I just got back from Mumbai.
Yes.
Okay, I was doing this charity thing in India. You want to get the whole series? It's right there on the corner. There's a guy who's going to be pooping, and he can also give you a disc of the entire series for free. Other than
Jack
that,
Coleman,
get the
I
app.
love him. Yeah.
Yes, great guy. Great.
But I will say, I think it stands alone. Like, I think if you haven't and can't and we start, it stands alone.
It totally does.
That being said, if you know the show, if you watch the first season and the last season, the amount of information and detail and secrets and pieces that are really smartly woven in, it's just bigger and richer and deeper.
Yeah, true. I'm gonna jump. There's a little golf club going on over here. I appreciate that. Let's go over to the left side somewhere, maybe in the back. Actually, that guy with the hat right there, with the ink on his arms.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's happening?
I wanted to say I was in Hall H when you guys premiered the trailer, and I had goosebumps the whole time.
Yeah.
Super looking forward to it. So whenever I think of the original series, the first thing I always think of is "Save the cheerleader, save the world." Became such an iconic catchphrase. If you guys had to kind of attach a catchphrase to the new series, what would it be?
Tim.
Please watch.
Catchy.
It would
direct.
be please watch,
Deep,
save the
darker,
show.
direct.
Save us, please, by watching the show.
Gone very direct. with the marketing.
Listen, that catchphrase actually came out of the writer's room. One of the writers, Adam Armis, wrote it on the board one day, and it, we thought, oh, that's great. We should tell the promo department that, and that's how it all started. But those kind of things, that kind of lightning in a jar, where you get a catchphrase that was one of those things in like advertising that it's so perfect because it's both kind of serious and playful, and it says it all but doesn't say much. I mean, it was really amazing what that one catchphrase did, and we thought about trying to do one, but it's very hard to catch lightning in a jar. So maybe along the way something will come out of the show that we will then transfer to the audience.
That's a good contest.
No, let's do a catchphrase.
Yeah, catchphrase contest.
This gentleman right here with the glasses on his head.
Jack Henry, the elevator is going down, not up. I saw you earlier.
I just want everyone to know I saw them earlier.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Quick question for you in typical Comic-Con fashion. If you could be any superhero from DC or Marvel, who would you be? And Robbie, you can't pick Peter Pan.
Damn it.
I want to go.
Gatlin.
I would be Spider-Man because he's the best.
Wait, Robbie can't go. Why?
No, he said I can't.
I think it's
pick
over
Peter
now.
Pan. Right? Is that what you said, or I can't go at all?
And moving on.
Wait, am I allowed to pick? Okay, cool. No, I would honestly probably choose Iron Man. I love Iron Man. Great
Not
superhero.
Spider-Man, but it's okay.
Goozy?
I'm gonna go with the Flash.
I'm a Superman guy. Enough said.
Soups. Danika.
Black Widow. She's badass. Of course.
Henry.
Man, I want to be Batman so bad. That's all I could want.
I get it, brother.
You know, it's like, I just want to be. That's all.
Jimmy.
The Asian.
Tim, you got anybody?
I was gonna go with Spider-Man, but I'm thinking Black Widow might be kind of good too. I like the black.
And you'd look good in the
all that.
suit.
Yeah, the
Spider
suit.
things.
Like that.
No, you could totally pull it off.
Judy.
I want to be Storm in X-Men. I could do the white wig.
Rhea.
The Haitian.
Wait, really? You wanted? I'm gonna leave it at that one. You don't want the other answer. Oh, you don't want the other answer. Super something was it? Anyway, no,
I'm not allowed to answer.
You can find somebody who shows you video of the Hall H panel. It's worth it. I don't know. People ask me this question. I'm like, it's like asking an alcoholic what their favorite cocktail is. It's like there's so many great characters. Although I do really like Jameson, just in case anybody's wondering. I would. Who? What? Well, but I always say Deadpool because he's fucking awesome. Deadpool, but Ryan Reynolds is already Deadpool because he's fucking awesome. Arrow would be pretty great. Arrow would be pretty great. I will say this. Like when I was a kid, me and my buddies used to run around, not cosplaying because we didn't have costumes. We would just go like role play, and we lived in this apartment complex, and we would run around in the parking lot, all like essentially being our favorite superheroes. And I swear, I wish to God I had a camera rolling on this just to watch it now and be like, that was the most amazing thing I've ever seen, because we had. Essentially, like 6 of the other guys all wanted to be Wolverine, and they were fighting each other about, no, I'm Logan, no, I'm Logan, no, I'm Logan, and all slashing each other. But I wanted to be Gambit because I love the idea. Mon chéri. So I'll throw Gambit in there for right now. Jack, go.
I'm sorry, what was the question? I'm gonna go with Daredevil because no one else has.
Can I be
deep.
Uma Thurman in Kill Bill? Yes. That's what I want to be.
Sure.
That's my superhero. I came up with my answer.
Ray, you can be whoever you want.
You can be whoever you want.
See, I'd always rather be a villain, though. That's my problem. I like villains so much better.
You could be a villain. Nobody said you could. Did you say hero or did you?
Can I say superhero? I want to be Dr. Octopus.
Oh. Oh, snap.
Because you're so handy.
I think that's Rhea, actually. Isn't Rhea the handy one?
I'm the handy one.
I'm going to go
I'm handsy.
right in the back corner over there.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
I love Heroes because it's the first thing that really gave me something on TV that I love, because I love comic books and superheroes and everything. I was wondering, like from what you told about the new season, it looks like it's very inspired by X-Men and the whole world. And I was wondering if all of you did some kind of geek search before you played your characters. And what was it?
I've been geek searching my whole life, so I'm good there. Anybody else?
Before we just, I'm gonna sort of amend a little bit. in that what it is more inspired by is where we left off at the end of the series, with the idea that these powers are now out in the world. There was almost an obligatory thing that we had to do. We had to come back with the idea that the world knew about these powers, and we actually discussed, well, is it a world where there celebrities and the elite class and all of that, and we explored that for a while. We talked about it, but the truth is there just was not enough drama in that. The drama comes from people being underdogs and being, having to fight against a system. So while that very much is the X-Man idea, there is a kind of, it was very hard to avoid that comparison once we had the premise that the whole world knew about these powers. So I will just say that.
I mean, I play conspiracy theorists on the show, and I know for a fact, as Henry Zabrowski, that there are elite reptilian bloodlines that are a part of the alien dark government, and that is actually very true. So.
And that's Henry. All right.
I love you so much.
Wow.
You try to catch Joe Biden look in a mirror, you can't because he's half iguana. I don't mean to be like this. I'm just saying that the Illuminati is real and there is a war going on.
Next question. Right down here in the front.
Hello, thank you all for being here. I'm a huge Ryan Guzman fan, so thank you for coming. I'm so glad to see you on the show. First of all, I was wondering, what do you guys nerd about? Is there a show, movie, musician, band, something that you are really passionate about the way people are about SDCC? And just before I go, because I may never see him again, I have a donation for Operation Smiles if you will take a picture with me later.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why don't you go ahead and get? Are you good?
Let's do it right
awesome.
now.
No. What?
No?
We can do it after. I know you're.
We'll do it after.
Whenever
We'll do it
you
after.
want, yeah.
We'll do it after.
Thank
Go ahead.
you. This is literally the last of my Comic-Con money, and I was like praying. So
That's a solid investment, my friend. Thank you so much. We'll go ahead and work that with a volunteer after the panel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. What was the question? What do we nerd out about? What do we nerd out about? Grunberg, go for it.
What do I nerd out on? Gosh. My family. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I do.
All right.
I miss my kids. I miss my family whenever I'm out of town. I have my son here with me. Yeah, I mean, I nerd out about this stuff. I nerd out about our show, and the opportunities. And also I have a band, charity stuff, band from TV. So music and, making people smile.
Danika.
I kind of just nerd out about everything. I'm just always excited. Everything in life.
Calm down.
Oh my God, it's a sidewalk. Guys, look at the concrete.
Oh my God, look at that.
We can walk on this.
The combination of me and Danika together is kind of crazy too.
Henry.
Pyramids were developed by aliens using sound technology. Do we want to start there about how they're the Pleiadian portals that the reptilians are collecting our Orgon energy for? All right? President Eisenhower signed a contract. I don't want to talk about the arrangement we made with the Greys.
We talked about naps. Let's try those now.
Jimmy. Tim.
What do I nerd out about? Okay, let's see. Lately, about vinyl. I've discovered vinyl again since my high school. I've been really nerding out about that.
Records?
And yes.
Me too.
Yes, records. Exactly.
No, couches.
Exactly that. Not vinyl.
Jackets.
Vinyl
and
jackets.
couches.
Yes, not vinyl.
Judith.
Tim has a pair of vinyl pants that are gorgeous.
Records.
I nerd out about kind of meditation and synchronicity and how everything's linked together. So kind of a little bit like Henry with conspiracy. And
Softer side of
just
it.
a softer, lighter side of it, versus devil worship and stuff. And iguanas. So that kind of stuff. I think people have superpowers. And at some point, I'm going to turn to Tim and go, you don't need to use CGI. Look, I can fly.
Rhea.
Oh, God. Food.
Nice.
I'm a foodie. I'm a cook and an eater and an imbiber and a sharer that way. And food, dogs, politics. The newspaper. I nerd out over the Sunday New York Times.
That's good. That's good. I like the future. I nerd out about the future. I nerd out about thinking about like where are we gonna be in a year, 5 years, 10 years, and where technology will be, and where entertainment will be, and where those things will be combining, and Let's not bring that up, okay?
That came up.
I'm captivated by that stuff. It's like this. Like I look at things and I go, how does that work? You remember a book called The Way Things Work? Did anybody ever see that book?
Yeah, of course.
I fucking love that book. As a kid, I would watch it and I go, oh my God, that's what that does. I consumed it. So I'm a nerd about that stuff. I like learning. I like history. I like all that. But specifically, and video games. I like video games too. Okay, Jack.
I don't have anything in particular. What I'll do is I'll nerd out on something will catch my interest, and it could be sports, it could be music, it could be politics, it could be art, it could be something, and I'll get temporarily obsessed with whatever that thing is, and it's like I'll record like a Beatles recording, and then I'll read 3 books about the Beatles, and then and I'll do something with a politician or a sports figure or something where it's more obsessive than it is anything else, and then like a month or 2 later I might be completely over it.
Actually, I should add that.
That's how I am in all relationships.
No, now that I hear you. No, something that really bugged me is the Haitian story, the problems you have in Haiti, especially right now between Haiti and Dominican Republic. Some of you might not know what's going on, but it's just ridiculous, the tension that the Haitians have in the Dominican Republic. It's almost, well, I'm not gonna say cleansing, but you know, they're just getting rid of all the Haitians for the wrong reasons. And that's one of the subjects that have not touched the mainstream news enough, and it's right there. It's an hour away from America. And yeah, you have a bunch of people who don't know what country they belong to just because of a new law that the Dominicans came up with. So that kind of thing definitely gets into me, and you know, it bothers me.
Hey, where can we find out more information about that?
Yeah.
Well, if you type anything about Dominican Republic and Haiti, you'll probably find it. But
what about
at the same time, I do have a non-profit organization as well.
That's what I was getting to, John
cool.
Louis.
Cool. But I was cut. I don't want to go straight there, Greg. Come on. No, yes, I do have Haiti. Hollywood Unites for Haiti.
There it is.
Which is a non-profit organization I started in 2008. Because I play a Haitian, because of this guy here, a hero. So it was, you know, normal for me to come up with something to try to help the country, because the country is not doing well. And yeah, I guess you can always find information about Haiti on that site, also on Haitian Hero, which is my another site, and also my Twitter link. And I'll be more than happy to give you information. And if you want to help, also you can also go to those two websites.
Cool.
Thank you.
Gatlin, are you nerdy about any nonprofits that you've started recently?
All of the nonprofits?
All of them?
I'm nerdy about people and Doctor Who. I totally ran into Peter at a party. I didn't say hi or anything because I was like, so that's all I got. And animals and happy. Happy.
Solid.
Yeah,
solid.
Thanks.
Robbie.
I mean, it just occurred to me today. I'm nerding out about these guys right here because I watched the trailer earlier on and I'm now freaking out. I really want to watch this show.
September 24th, 8 p.m. on NBC.
Thursdays
nights,
on
yeah.
NBC. But no, it's crazy. All of this, everything is just amazing. And I think we're all really happy to be a part of something. So I think we're all proud of each other. I also like video games.
Yeah, video games.
Oh, we play a little
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we should, yeah. Mortal Kombat is
Speaking
it.
of video, yes, I just wanted to remind people about the video games. We're doing 2 video games. They're coming out, you know, they're coming out. I can't give them the exact date, but one of them is a mobile tablet action puzzle game. And they're built on it's built on the Unreal Engine 4, which some people may know is it's super state of the art, and then a PC console game, and they're going to be fantastic because they actually tie into the show, and they explain a little bit about what happened between the first series and Heroes Reborn, and they're going to be amazing. And we really wanted to do them in a way that they stood out as core for the core gamer, and weren't just kind of there's a lot of, I think, a lot of licensed games are just not, that great. These games are both going to be fabulous. So please try and find them if you can. They're going to be awesome.
Ryan, we did not get you. What are you nerdy about?
Yes, Ryan.
Oh, yeah. Let me set that down. I nerd out about art. Just in any form, too. Lately, I've been trying to learn how to paint. I do a lot of writing. Anything that happens to just provoke an emotion, I guess.
I forgot music, sorry.
Oh, yeah. You've had your turn, all right? It's mine.
Okay.
Let the
time's
record
over.
reflect.
Time's over, Gatlin.
So I've been learning painting and all that, and just being a Mexican American, I love food. So, anywhere I go, I try to find the good food out there and grub up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for one more question. Who's got the best? No, seriously, you should talk to each other real quick because some of them might suck.
She's pointing.
Who's
to a
pointing?
hat.
What's your favorite kind of spaghetti?
The noodly kind.
I'll go. Oh, you know what? You have a friend vouching for you, so I'm gonna go right there. I like when friends vouch. They're pretty cool. You should pick them.
Hi. So Zach, I'd like to thank you again for Nerd HQ because I was able to meet my top 2 favorites, Yvonne and Jennifer. And like you really, to me, you the real MVP.
Oh, you the real
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so my question, I'd like you guys to pick a cast member and why. So my questions are, which castmate would you bring with you to a fight?
We all have the same answer to that.
Danika. I'd bring Danika to the fight.
Sorry. Which cast would you go on a road trip with and survive that trip? And and which cast would you get to plan your bachelor or bachelorette party? Thank you.
So it's who would you bring to a fight? Who would you road trip with that you wouldn't kill, essentially? And who would plan your bachelor or bachelorette party? Okay, so we have very little time and we have a shit ton of people. So why don't we, each one of you think of one of those things? Is that okay? That way we can get through everybody. So you got, Danika's already on it. Okay, Danika, go for it.
Fight. Ryan. I feel like survival trip would be Judy because I feel like she would help me survive. Bachelorette party, Henry, all the way.
That'd be good. That'd be really good.
I would definitely want Jimmy Jean-Louis at my bachelor party because whatever happens at my bachelor party stays at my bachelor party.
Anybody else want to jump in?
Tim, I think you should plan my bachelor party. I think you have a wild side.
Just hidden very far below. I'm bringing Henry to a fight. I don't know. It's just.
I bite.
I just.
I'd go on a road trip with Henry.
You're gonna road trip with Henry?
Yeah.
I would.
Sweet.
I would road trip with Zach because we'd just sing karaoke the whole way.
Boom.
And eat road trip snacks, and those are fun.
I feel like I am on a road trip with all these guys.
I know.
Yeah, we really are. We're all in
Road trip
Toronto, kind of
around
on
the
this
convention,
like vacation.
right?
Haven't killed anyone yet either, so that's a good sign.
I want to go on a road trip with Jack. I think we'd learn a lot about history together. Not even an old joke. Not even being old.
Ryan, kick his ass.
Okay, I know the drill.
I'd go on a road trip with you too, Henry. History or no? You'd tell me all about the iguanas and the portals and what
you'd be like, I remember when this tree was just yay big.
I'm ending it. Guys, we're not going to get any better than that.
No,
thank you, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's hear it for all of our panelists today. Keep giving them love. Keep giving them a round of applause.